Get ready for another video in Alex's garage. All right, so today in the garage we're going to be hooking up a new parking brake indicator switch. This the switch goes right here on this little flange. I don't know if you can see that right there. There's a little flange right here, and it engages against this flat spot when the brake is when it's off. When the brake is out, it goes in. When you pull the brake up, it will trip that circuit. Now this switch is not on. It's kind of backwards. When you depress the switch, it opens, and it's off when it is released. It's just like the regular brake circuit. When you push the brake down, then it releases the tension on that, and it causes the circuit to break open. So let me show you real quick what that looks like. So I've got this thing connected here to my VOM, and you can see that when you depress it, it's open. That's an open circuit right there. And then when you pull the brake up, then it lets go and it closes the circuit, and that makes the little indicator lights go on to let you know that your parking brake is engaged. And so anyway, the thing that you need to do on this is you need to screw in these little clamps, these little jam nuts, so that it is positioned in such a way that when the brake is pushed in, then it has enough of travel to cause that circuit to break. Like that. So we're going to use that as an example, and we'll demonstrate the mechanics behind that. So let's go ahead and get this thing installed. But before we go into that, let's go over the circuits that we're going to be messing with today. So in our wiring harness, when we installed this, it has this one little connector right here. It's got 5 pins on it, 5-pin connector. These orange and green, they come together to this one post right back here, that post, and then the green, just solid green, they come together on the opposite post. Those two will be connected with this connector right here. That goes in, and then the green and orange circuit and the green, that will be connected to this connector right here. All right, so just to give you a quick rundown on what else goes into this circuit, you see they all have a place, so it's not like there's a dead line that goes anywhere. The green orange and the green are for the handbrake. This orange and brown, I'm sorry, yellow and brown circuit right here, I don't know if you can see that is, yeah, there's a brown stripe on that. There it is. That is for the seat belt and the seat detector. So these other two circuits that are in here are going to go to the seat belt system. Purple wires, if you're familiar with the way that the purple goes, pretty much anything that has purple in it kind of means that it's on when it's on. Black is always ground. So when you're looking at the other two circuits on this secondary harness right here that goes through the carpeting area, one of them goes to the seat belt, and the other one goes to the seat butt detector. So underneath the driver's seat, there's a little switch that when you sit on the seat, it'll turn it on to let the system know that somebody's sitting in the seat. And that interacts with that little device to make the buzzing noise when you put the key in the ignition. I will probably just short these two circuits because I'm going to be buying some aftermarket seat belts, and I really don't care that it needs to know that I'm sitting in the chair. So I'll probably short these two circuits off so that they won't be used. But I will need to know when the handbrake has been pulled up so that I don't wear out my rear brakes. Okay, let's get into the installation on this. All right, so there you see it's installed. I have there's a little jam nut on both sides, one on the back, one on the front, and this is it's a 3/8. So if you're putting that in there, 3/8 is the size that you're looking for on that, and so that's nice and tight. I don't want to strip it because it's delicate electronics, but you also want to make sure you don't leave it so that it can get loose, because it's you don't want to have to pull the seat out again. It's kind of a pain in the butt. Anyway, there you go. That's that installed, and just to prove how that works, you see I've got the VOM back in there, and when I pull the brake up, see it's open circuit, closed circuit, open circuit, closed circuit. All right, so that's how that works. Now, as far as tracking this wire through, this wire is very short. It's obviously not going to go through there. So we need this green wire here to track through underneath this carpet to get to that spot right there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to track it through, but I'm not going to put it on the inside of the thermal insulation. I'm going to put it between the thermal insulation and the carpeting, because obviously wires need to be protected from heat, and the thermal insulation is there on a purpose. So we're gonna have that here on between the thermal insulation and the carpet. All right, so just to really quick show you on the wiring diagram where the handbrake switch is right here. You can see right on here you have the green and orange switch goes to the handbrake switch, and there's and it goes to the green. The seatbelt system, where is that? That's over here. All right, so you can see here's the yellow and brown for the seatbelt buckle switch. That's the yellow and brown that I was talking about on that wiring harness, and that goes to the seatbelt module that will buzz and annoy you when you don't have your seatbelt on. So anyway, let's go ahead and put this seat back in now. It's important to kind of mention here on the seats that while you're messing with the carpet, the real trick with putting these seats in and out is to make sure that your carpeting holes are matched up, right? And you can get through to the hole. If you can't see through to the bottom, you see there's my finger down there. If you can't see through the hole there, then you're going to have hell to pay trying to get these little things matched up. These are 1/4 inch by 28. These are fine threaded screws, but I don't know if you can see, they have kind of a twist. I don't know why they have that. I imagine it's I don't know, to let water in and out, or if it's for cleaning out the threads. I don't know why they have this weird twist in these seat screws. But this is 1/4 inch by 28. These are the fine thread, but they also have an area at the top here that has no threads, and that makes it easier for you to push it through the carpet and to get it into place, because there's not a lot of room to play when you're putting these seats in. The other thing that's really helpful to put these seats in is a ratcheting wrench. The wrench, the place where these bolts are exposed, doesn't lend itself much for putting a ratchet in. You have to do it with a wrench, and going through fine threads with just the end of a box wrench, that will drive me nuts. So having one of these ratcheting box wrenches is really helpful, because you can just put it on there and make little tiny adjustments, and it goes back and forth, and it goes a lot faster. So I'm going to go ahead and put the seat in here, and then we'll close up. All right, so kind of on a sidetrack here, I just want to demonstrate what I was saying about these ratcheting box wrenches. You can see this bolt right here. Straight up from it is where this is. And this is as far back as the seats go. So it's really difficult to get access to this bolt with any kind of anything to put any torque on. This device right here for tightening and loosening the seats interacts with that bolt. So it's got to be down nice and tight. So if you have one of these nifty wrenches, oh, it's still kind of loose. There we go. You can, there we go. You can tighten it without having to take it off of the head. And what I'm doing with my finger is just creating a little resistance so I can get a ratchet. But you can see how much easier it is with one of these wrenches. Just to get into that little area right there. Makes it a lot more difficult otherwise. Alright. Alright, so that's how that's done. The handbrake switch is installed. It's tested. We know that it does what it's supposed to be doing. The wiring harness is all installed, and we're going to probably short these out because we're not going to be using the parts that it goes to. But that is it. That's how to change and test the handbrake switch on 1977 MGB. Quick shout out today to Sawyer Dietz, who got me this really nifty new neon light. That is just the coolest thing ever. Thanks, Sawyer. You rock, man. And also, quick thanks to Roy Belts for sending me these ratcheting box wrenches. They are the coolest thing, and they really do make it a lot easier to get into some of those tight spaces. If you don't have some of these, make sure you get yourself some. They're really great. That's all I have for you this week. Make sure you check back. Now that I have all the wiring all connected and everything's tested, I'm gonna put together this center console, and I'm going to install a battery and test all the circuits. Make sure you stay tuned for that video when I have that one done.